Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. My name is Nori, coming to you live from the digital engineering server. This is modded Minecraft Valhelsia 3, and this is our mess. So, I currently have my cup of coffee, very important thing to have. And I had some time since, we're on vacation this week, and I figured, well, we'll just throw up a little touch base with everybody, see how things are going. Show off a little bit of work that we've been doing. So last stream, we made a big change to this our workshop here. As you can see, all of the storage stuff and everything else has been removed out. We've got various little small tables and whatnot put around here. And this is pretty much how this is probably going to stay moving forward. I'm going to try and keep this. I was only maintaining the odd like crafting tables, the non-mechanical electric things. Now I do plan on keeping, let's go this way. I do plan on keeping all of this over here just because I kind of like the look of it, even though these aren't really doing much of anything. Other than just sitting here running, I do still like the look of it. So yeah, we'll just keep that here in place for the time being. I mean, if we need if we need plastic for whatever, then this would give it to us. So it's not that big of a deal per se, but yeah, it's just gonna say right here. And of course, our modification station for our armor, which we haven't had to use in quite some time, but again, we're probably just gonna leave that sit there. Because again, I like the looks. And I think this guy requires power, yeah. I guess technically we could move it over into our workshop. But we will do that. Go carve a hole and stick it next to like the security station or something. That wouldn't be too bad. I suppose we could do that. But happy days, good news. Yeah, we have started to extend our battery system. So I made this little system to get down in here. Give you some idea how much space we have available to us now. Hey, animal lover. Welcome, welcome. So open this up real quick. So we've got room to continue to expand our power generation system, or our giant battery. It takes the automated system. It takes the automated system probably about 20 minutes to make another capacitor, the ultimate capacitors, to fill this thing up. So, and it takes about a day or so to gather up all the resources. So I'll slowly fill that up as we go along. We did make this big room. This finally came into shape. This was really cool. So we did finally get this into its final form. So this is our giant crafter block here. This has basically got enough. This first time you load this thing up, there's so many crafters in it, it just takes it forever. So I've got enough space, I think, in this that I can, and I plan to actually teach the system how to make every recipe in this mod pack. Mostly it's because I'm too lazy, and it's nice to be able to go here and say, hey, make me, we need pistons for some reason. Here, go craft a piston. So yeah, I'm slowly working my way through teaching it all the various odd recipes. What I have discovered with Refined is you can put upgrades into these and they'll make the crafters go faster. And by daisy chaining crafters, I can limit the amount of upgrades necessary to support all of these crafters. So like this one crafter, these 4 upgrades here, support every crafter that's pointed to this guy, which each one of these is a slice of 9 crafters. Yeah. So for four upgrades, speed upgrades, you can make 9 crafters all run at max speed. Little cheap trick. It doesn't have to be in this configuration. I did it this way just because I like the look of it. But yeah, it's a big. I'm calling it Bertha right now because I haven't figured out a better name for it. I was planning on using Twiggy and letting Twiggy run around this area and vacuum things up, but Twiggy doesn't won't drop off his inventory, so that doesn't work so well. So we started playing around with, and we'll turn this on in a second. So I have Industrial 4 going. There's a drill system out that way somewhere that just produces ores. And so what we did is I made a turtle that we called our sweeper or our Roomba. And so he just kind of runs around in this little circle. And he'll come over here and where's he at? There he is. He's a little on the slow side. Given the fact I know right where he's going to, I guess we don't have to have him go all the way around. I could speed that up. But I don't know. Maybe we'll add that. But so he'll come and he'll actually offload the materials here. When he gets low on fuel, he'll actually come over here and fill himself up with coal. But yes, so he's just fun to leave going there. Now, because this area is not chunk loaded, if I leave and go away, it messes with his programming. I have to pick him up and start him over again. So generally, I just kind of let him sit here until I'm just like, it'd be fun to watch him roll around. We'll wait for him to go back, and then we'll tell him to stop. And then to avoid any more mess being dropped on the floor, we'll turn the system back into non-sweeper mode. Hey, a wild Zodicus has appeared. Yeah, because that is faster than the importer. Really? There we go. So basically, yeah, there's a switch over here on the wall, and right behind this switch is another one of those ender chests. Grab this out real quick. No secrets. I didn't go far enough. Pillar, wall, so it's here. There we go. So yeah, it's just another one of these ender chests. And so this guy will only import when there's no redstone signal. So this way I don't have to, the system will take care of itself even when the sweeper's not running. And that's kind of one of the things that I think we want to play around with, because I would like to be able to convert this so that I can hit a switch here and flip this state so that this guy will go active and start dropping on the floor, as well as get him to register and start rolling around and collecting. But it also means we have to program in a way to stop and return back home, which is it's doable. It's probably going to take a whole lot longer than what we've got time for today, unfortunately. But what we can play with today, I think, is, yeah, this has just been a big behemoth of a system. We relocated our Tetra power hammers over here and built in our own custom Tetra station. So this is very nice. Works out very well. We got 2 hammers. This one's actually a level 7. It's got both of the forge upgrade. And then this one is got the upgrades to improve creation of your Tetra weapons. So if you put something here and you add like leather to it or something like that, this is supposed to give you a slightly better bonus when it gets created. I figured why not? I've got 2 of the hammers, so who cares? But yeah, we have been hard at work on the interior, and it really looks good. It looks so much better in here now, and it's a little bit more opened. And we don't have that hammer right here blocking our way to our Eidolon area, so it's now easier to get to. We will pop around down here, all the way out. So we still need to do work in our mansion area. This bedroom here needs a whole lot more bedroomy, or at least walls or something needs to come up in here. I need to do decoration. I'm just not big into decorations. I'm more of a technical guy. But a lot of everything else is still... let me put on my flight suit. A lot of everything else is still pretty well going. Yeah, where's this? The right. So here is my mine colony's mine shaft. This funny thing, really. Let's go to the door. So, and right down here at the bottom of the shaft is our industrial foregoings laser drill, and ore laser base. So this is basically where I get all of my ore from. These guys just run, and then it dumps them out right into this same ender chest, and then that gets carried back over there. So as long as I'm in the area, this is constantly producing iron, diamond, whatever. So that works out well. So I don't have to go anywhere, and my laziness is satisfied. I can spend more time working on odd creation platforms and whatnot. I think about the most decorative thing that I have done to date would be in our train depot. So we finally put benches in. And so our subway system that connects to the railway central hub. We'll take a quick flight down this way. Wow, we're dropping a lot of frames. That's pretty horrible. Can we... No, I guess we can't really do anything while we're streaming. I'm sorry, people. I did not realize we were dropping that many frames. But yeah, so this is a big rail train system that goes from here, and it runs all the way out to this section of the world. Eventually, I think people are going to also be tying into this. Oh, go away. Stupid phantoms. But we'll see. Don't seem to be dropping any more frames. That seems good. But yeah, so we've had a lot of really good fun times. And we've made a lot of good progress, and we're still got more to do. And so, like I said, today I think we're going to go and play around some more with CC Tweaked. I had been avoiding it just because I spend my days writing a lot of programming code and whatnot. So I just didn't really want to do more programming. when I play video games. But this one does use CC Tweak uses Lua scripting, so it's not really quite the same animal. So I guess it's livable. Let's pick this guy. Pick that guy up. And apparently picked something extra up. So in here. Is there any cement? Concrete. That's what it's called. Concrete. And we'll get some stone. So much junk in that. I have so much stuff in my inventory system. I don't know what to do with it half the time. And so a lot of it just sits there. That's good enough. All right. So what we need we will get into the alternative reality glasses. I think at some point, because I think what I'd like to do is actually be able to locate each one of these network points and then be able to put my glasses on and then see which one goes to where, map that out. And maybe see how much more other effects that we can get put in place. If I move you, no, I guess I really can't put it there on the back wall. I can. Oh, I forgot I had that there. So then the short answer is not really. I suppose, yeah, no, not really. So no, this modification station will just stay out there. That's fine. Now, what I do like about this is this gives us the ability to, we have space to work with, which is very nice. Let's see about, oh, do I not have any recipes for CC Tweaked? Just those. Well, that's not going to work so well. So let's pop out of here. We'll go over here and let's start teaching some recipes. Really what I want is the turtle. As a monitor. Ooh, that might be a pretty good idea. Make a big monitor. There's the computer. And then I imagine eventually we'll want an advanced turtle. We'll teach it this way. And then we need an advanced computer. There we go. And then the rest of these are just, yeah, it's just a turtle and some kind of other odd item. I'm just not going to worry about that right now. Wireless modem. Sure, why not? We'll make sure we can do that. And an ender modem. One of those. I feel like my Yeah. Occasionally, my screen gets a little out of whack. All right. So we have that. We'll just throw those into there as well. Anime Lover 12. All right, so let's start with a simple modem on this guy. Right. So we'll do one modem. We're not gonna get too crazy here. There we go, one modem. And I think we want some redstone. Grab some redstone. All right, so we should be able to. Output will go right. We'll do 15. So they didn't go that way. Oh. Okay, so I went the wrong way. But this is why we test these things. I can tell you, if you're actually looking to get into this real deep, Luau scripting is not difficult to learn. The API, CC Tweaked actually has a wiki that will teach you all about the APIs. The other nice thing is in the new versions, you can see that there's a lot of auto completion available. And so you can auto complete and then use your arrow keys to cycle through the various different options. So it's almost like an IDE environment inside of here, which is nice. And obviously the naming conventions that they use here are pretty self-explanatory. So like get sides should tell you which sides are available to run a redstone signal out of. So right now, go back up to turn that one off. Then if we grab ourselves a lever or a redstone, no, there's redstone torch, that's fine. The idea here is we want to be able to distinguish a redstone signal source coming in, write a program to catch when that is turned on, and then do something on the other side. The other thing is we can use the red net, and we can send information to like the sweeper. So at the same time we're detecting for the redstone signal coming in, we can, within that same function, once we pick it up, then we can send a call over to him. Now, what needs to happen is we need to have him sit in a constant while loop. And we need to be able to, when this gets triggered, he knows to go and run through a cycle. And then I guess what we do is we check at the end of every cycle if the signal is still coming through, if it's still being broadcasted. If it is, then we run another cycle and we can keep going until the signal is no longer being broadcasted. Yeah, and so we'll have to set them in a single solitary loop at that point. So let's first see if we can't. Let's get our. So we'll do redstone, get analog input left. We'll see if it actually picks up a signal. It says there's a signal 10 coming in, and there is a signal 10. Okay, so that works. So we can do something like, let's take that off. Now we definitely want a lever or a button. I think a button would actually work better in this case. So the idea being is that we're going to write ourselves a little while loop that says there should be analog signal coming in. So let's do a while. Let's actually get out of this. So we'll do an exit. And then we'll do an edit red. And so what we'll do here is we'll do a while true do, and we'll just do a real simple constant iterative, or not really, an infinite loop. That's what we call that. If redstone dot get analog input left is greater than 0, then we want to redstone dot set analog out right, and we'll set it to 15. And then what we'll need here is an else, because if it's not running, then we want the redstone dot set analog out to 0. And then we'll do an end. We'll do an end. And that should be running. But not. All right, what did we do wrong here? Oh. There we go. So as you can see, the redstone signal carries all the way through, and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, I wonder if that's because 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. How goes? So let's do this, right? Let's put a sleep in here for 2 seconds. No, it's errored out again, hasn't it? No, it hasn't errored out. There she goes. All right, so maybe 2 seconds is probably a little long. But it feels like we're still getting... So it's a timing issue, but that's fine. We can play around with timing. But basically what you're seeing here is we're carrying that signal all the way through. Now, we know we're carrying that signal all the way through because if we stop our current execution, this is not a function of the redstone we're activating this computer and then the redstone's carrying on through. So we're using this computer as an intermediary buffer. which is great. So that's step 1. And I think that's what I want to name this guy if I can. Probably just name him Roomba or something like that. Ramba. We'll call it Ramba. Anyways, so redstone signal comes through, which is great. This is what we want, because ultimately what we'd like to do is take this computer and be able to tuck it in over here behind this wall. And so when he's not getting a redstone signal, he should be producing one. So what we can do is we can actually invert this. So if it is greater than 0, there. We'll invert the signal, so that we should be able to. Now that puts it out red, and if we hit the button, that should go out and then come back on. So this way we can put a lever here. We'll go grab a stick, some of that. Oh, Zoda's online. Let's go say hi to Zoda. Hey, Zoda.
Hello.
How goes?
We've already been over this. It goes okay.
So CC Tweaked and CC Peripherals is in this mod pack. So with a little bit of Luau scripting, you can actually program a block to do various behaviors. So like you can teach a turtle to, and that's what they're called, turtles, to mine an area or build a structure.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I've only done the basics of them so far. Like I had one that did automatic forestry for me, which was nice. On my last mod pack. But yeah, they can be a pain.
They can be. So I've got one that sits here in my workshop area, and when I turn the program on to run, he swings around back and picks up ore that just gets dumped out onto the floor and sticks it into the system for me. But I figured that's fine. I've got the Roomba sweeper to do that. I think it would be much better to be able to, at a flip of a switch, to switch the system from auto in importing the ore to letting the sweeper guy go and get the ore, and be able to do it from flip of a switch. And so now it's a matter of converting a redstone signal into a computer, and then from the computer out to a communication device to the turtle to send him on about his merry mission, as well as to take that same redstone signal and convert that into like a redstone link or something in order to turn the rest of the other manually powered redstone systems on. So try to like a one size fits all sort of thing.
Yeah, I get you.
It's kind of the game plan. So far, I mean, it's not like been super difficult. I think I'm like maybe 3 lines or 4 lines into this new script. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Excuse me, 10 lines in. There's 10 lines of code. 8 lines. Yeah, 10 lines of code, and already we can pick up a redstone signal, and we can do something with that redstone signal.
Nice.
So,
Possibilities are endless after that.
but yeah, I mean, once you know what you're doing, once you can detect the redstone signal and then do something with the redstone signal, and it's a live detection of the redstone signal, then yeah, we can queue off any number of different turtles that we have listening. We can take the redstone signal ourselves and run it to any other series of devices.
I come to the end of my tunnel so far.
Nice.
Where's that hole then? The one you and I dropped down from. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Unless you filled it back in for some strange reason.
I didn't fill it back in. What's Yeah, I was curious as if that was going to work. It looks like it will. Should just make me another turtle. Let's not play around with the same one over and over again. Yeah, it's been one of those as I go through, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, I don't want to make all this stuff. Let me just teach the system how to make it for me. Take 2 seconds, be like, okay. There we go. I have my nose buried in the API guide for CC Tweak last night for, I don't know, hour or two. Well, again, my normal day-to-day work is computer programming, so reading API guides is not a big deal.
What a cavern.
You found a cool cavern?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think your minecart system's probably going to have one of the better views.
Maybe. That's because it's a long ride. And the rail's already halfway put up, considering
Nice.
quote unquote halfway. And you can ride it. It takes a minute, right? It's not even connected to the railway yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing how long this ride is. And I'm wondering, do I make it peaceful? Because if I end up throwing, I can end up throwing lanterns down or whatever, to negate monster spawning from the rail.
Well, so
Or I could attach a blade at the front of the cart.
you could. Or you could tuck behind another block a bunch of those mega torches.
Yeah, and it would just be lined with mega torches everywhere.
Well, you don't need a whole bunch. I mean, each one of those will cover a chunk on its own, so you only need enough to string yourself along down that way.
I mean, it's going across the map, so that's a lot of chunks, man.
Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a lot of chunks. It's still gonna be a couple hundred. That's okay. That is okay because we have a system that will crank them out for us. Say that. I'm like, does my system even know how to make a block of gold? That'll do. Oh, I've already got 64 mega torches sitting in my system anyways. You like that? Oh, I know why, because I was going to use them on my rail tracks to avoid spawns on it. I never got around to doing it.
Take care of yours first. I'll take care of mine.
Well, yeah, but mine, I haven't actually had a need to, because I can ride mine back and forth and there's like literally nothing. So.
Yeah, because your rails lit it up too. Which I mean, I'm going to be doing the same. I'm going to light up the railway. Maybe there are a couple of dark points. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I would think I would think some lighting in there would be good, but I would lean more towards like mood lighting in your tunnels than anything else. Like, you know, the occasional odd torch here and there along the way. Of course, it ruins it for those of us that have night vision because we don't get the mood lighting. But right. Da, 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 da.
All right. You know that village that's next to your south of your rail?
Yep.
I'm next to the lake next to that village so far. But it's not built. The rail's not built. I got a tunnel leading there.
Ah, you're coming up. I see. Yeah, I hadn't even considered how long the even like my rail system was when I decided to go overland like I did until I got started making it, and then it was like, okay. I think I went through probably close to like 3 or 4 thousand steel scaffolding blocks.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That was a lot of steel.
Sorry, I want to decorate mine. I'm going to go through several hundred wood, but be okay because I'm going to be able to just grow it, right, automatically,
Yep.
which I need
Yep.
to set soon.
Well, we just get you some aggro carnations and then
Yeah.
a powered system, and away you go. Wow, I just lost a bunch of frame drops.
Same.
Okay. I lost track of what I was doing now. Yeah, I opened up and got the hammers all moved over.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
What hammers?
All right, hang on, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be right back. I'm dropping too many frames. I'm going to show you if you can restart this and see if we can get it cleaned up.